I'm gonna be very honest. I am really starting to lose interest in making YouTube videos. I don't know why, but for some reason, for the last 2 to 3 weeks, I've been feeling some type of way. And I don't want to say that I'm going to take a break or anything like that, because I've done it before, and when I say that I'm going to take a break, I am eager to make a fast return. Hence why, if you notice on my channel, there hasn't been that much activity. If you go back, literally to the beginning of the year, I would make a video almost every day, and I'd have something for you guys to watch. Now, if you notice on my channel, all I have is a Raw review and an Impact review. That's it. Maybe it's because, I have the ThePWOutsider podcast, where I pretty much talk about everything all over again on that podcast with NonLegitWrestling and other people as well, like Duo Dreamer and Double Z TV and all that. And also because maybe I'm doing also Saturday Night Shoot on TRN, and also including my channel and work, you can say that it's taken a toll on me. Regardless of all that, I'm going to try to be active again. I'm going to try to. If you're wondering why I've been feeling some type of way, why hasn't there been that much activity in my channel, you know why, alright? It's like, I could be in the middle of a recording of a video, and for some reason, in the middle of the recording, either I get bored or I lose interest in the topic. But mind you, before the recording, I'm all amped up, I'm ready to go. Maybe I took a slump, but who knows. But this video will be a response video to the Iceman Returns. He did a video, I think on Sunday, where he talked about, is wrestling a fraction of what it once was? And I saw his video, even though in the video he was talking more about TNA, and giving his thoughts on the current TNA product, which, by the way, I agree with. And I agree on his thoughts on pro wrestling today, why it is the way it is. And I would talk about TNA, but I've talked about TNA for a long time now, and I don't want to repeat myself. So what I'm going to do here is give my 2 cents, if you will, of why I think wrestling is a fraction of what it once was. And by the way, I'm going to also have a link to the Iceman's video down below in the description. Go check it out. If you are new to his channel, while you're there, subscribe to his channel. He's a very good YouTuber. My thoughts overall on why I think wrestling is a fraction of what it once was. I feel like, a lot of things have happened over the years. People get older, and as you get older, your interests start to change. I'll give you a perfect example. When I was a kid, me and my friends would watch wrestling almost every Monday, Raw and Nitro. Alright, we'd have literally 2 screens at one of my friend's house, and we'd have on one screen Nitro, one screen Raw, and we would watch both products at the same time. And then WCW and that business, all we did just watch Raw, and on Mondays, on Thursdays, we'd watch SmackDown, and even Sunday Night Heat, believe it or not. And that was the trend. And until I think it was when we hit 14 or 13, my friends, they've got into different things, outside of watching wrestling. They got into watching sports, or, doing other things like going to movies or music, video games, and their interest for wrestling literally just went away. Me, on the other hand, I was doing other stuff as well, but at the same time was still watching pro wrestling because I was a fan since I was 1 year old. And I will always be a fan no matter what. I will be literally an 85-year-old man on a rocking chair eating whole wheat oatmeal for dinner, in a nursing home somewhere, still watching wrestling. I promise you that. I will be a married man with children, and I will get my wife and kids to watch wrestling, even if they find it annoying. So to my future wife, whoever you may be, just know what's going to happen. But also I think why wrestling is a fraction of what it once was, is because, the internet. The internet has literally killed pro wrestling. The internet is a really, really big thing, and it's going to continue to grow, especially with social media, Facebook, Twitter, Tumblr, YouTube, Instagram, Vine. Those are big platforms, and they're also going to grow as well. Let's put it this way, right? Back in the day, I'm talking 20 years ago, people would watch Raw and Nitro wondering what is going to happen. They would tune in thinking, okay, last week's Raw, last week's Nitro was the shit. What can happen now that can top last week's episodes? And mind you, back in the day, you didn't have dirt sheets giving you the inside scoop of what you're going to expect. Another example also, when Hall and Nash made their WCW debut, people thought that, hey, these are two guys that are still working for WWE, invading WCW and beating up most of the WCW roster. And you didn't have dirt sheets or internet websites giving you the inside scoop of what's really happening. And I thought because of that whole outsider angle worked perfectly, because you didn't have the internet ruining it for you or spoiling it for you, if you will. Even Bash at the Beach in 96 when Hogan turned heel, people who were there in Daytona, at Bash the Beach 96, they went into the show wondering, okay, who's going to be the third man? No one thought it was going to be Hulk Hogan. And when it happened, people went in disbelief, like, holy shit, this actually happened. Hulk Hogan just fucking turned heel. This is crazy. No one thought it was going to happen. And once again, because you didn't have the dirt sheets or the internet spoiling it for you, telling you, hey, Hogan will be the third man hours before the show even happened. So you went in wondering who was going to be. In today's wrestling, you have these websites giving you spoilers, giving you inside scoop of what's going to happen. So you tune into Raw, you tune into Impact, kind of knowing what's going to happen, but you want to see how it plays out pretty much. And 9 times out of 10, either it goes well or it goes bad. Most of the time it goes bad because, again, you already know what's going to happen. So your expectation is literally just gone. Again, to me, I've never been a fan of spoilers. It's even crazy how there's YouTubers here who spoil results. It's bad enough that the websites do it, but for, YouTubers to give out results of SmackDown or an Impact in advance, it's totally disgusting in my opinion. I have no respect for people who do that. How would you feel if you have a movie coming out on the big screen 2 years down the line, and right now you're in the production aspect of making your movie, and you have some jabroni, in this case me being the jabroni, coming on camera and telling you or telling the people what is going to happen in this movie that you are producing or trying to direct to have air or premiere on the big screen 2 years from now? You wouldn't like it. You'd probably want to kick my ass. So why do y'all do it? That's probably the only reasons why I think wrestling is a fraction of what it once was. And I hope that I was able to put my 2 cents to the topic as best as I could. Alright, but once again, I apologize for the lack of activity. Maybe, I hit a bump on the road, and hopefully I can get my feet back to the way it used to be, if you will. That's all I want to say in this video. Let me know your thoughts down below in the comment section of this video. Your thoughts on what I said. Do you agree? Do you disagree? Do you have your own point of view of why you think wrestling is a fraction of what it once was? Let me know. I have a link to the Iceman Returns video down below in the description. Go check it out. Once again, if you're new to this channel, hit the subscribe button. Also, I have a link to episode 4 of the Saturday Night Shoot myself and NonLegitWrestling did on Saturday. Also, last Saturday, I was a guest on OkayFabe's Random Wrestling Podcast. It was myself, OkayFabe, and the ThePWOutsider. I was obviously the guest. Great show. We talked about a lot of things in wrestling, obviously. It's always good to interact with other content creators, especially here in the YWC. I guess this video that I just responded to, it kind of brought back my fuel, if you will. Maybe. I'm just hoping it did. That's all I'm going to say, guys. If you're new to my channel, hit that subscribe button. Share this on all your social media, Facebook, Twitter, Tumblr, Google+. And I'm out of here. Peace.